Welcome back. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at football administration in the country. Our focus is on the upcoming NFF elections. That one will be done in Katsina State on the 20th of this month. And we are profiling the candidates that have been cleared by the Electoral Committee. That's what I was doing with Alfred. But we've just put a big guy in the middle. Shola Rogers has joined us now because when you're talking about football administration in Nigeria, you need to touch all sides. So Shola, it's good to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. I was watching you guys, and I must say I was having fun.
Okay, that's good. So you're part of the fun now, big time. We're just profiling the candidates, so we'll continue from where we stopped for the Southwest Zone. It seems it's straightforward for Ganiyu Majekudumi.
Yeah, he looks like he's looking like a consensus candidate of sorts because there's nobody else contesting against him.
I think the Southwest would have just done their job and said, okay, it's your turn. You know, what's his name? Ajayi from Ondo State.
Yeah, Otumba
Dele Ajayi was a board member, and I think this time.
So let's, for instance, our first vice president, one goes again to the Southwest. So one person is out. Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really interesting how the Southwest is turning out because a few months ago there was this solid block. But now we have two of them contesting against themselves for first vice president.
I think it's zoned to the Southwest, and
he's talking on assumptions.
So those are pictures from the last election that brought in Amaju Pinnick as the Warri elections that. Hopefully we've seen the last of this election when this Katsina comes. Hopefully Katsina 2 will just come and then go without any form of drama. Let's go to the South Zone. Oswald Atweke is going from Cross River State, and of course Emmanuel Ibad, who is the chairman of Akwa Ibom State Football Association. That's about that. But let's go back.
It's interesting in the South Zone. There's a name that you would have thought you would see here that is missing.
Tell me.
You know?
Tell me the name.
Green.
Oh. Okay.
Green. I thought he was gonna go back again, but I don't know what's going on.
Member of the outgoing board.
Yeah.
He's a member of the outgoing board.
He's always been there. He's not someone you play around with when it comes to Nigerian football. But I'm surprised. Maybe I'm not up to speed, but
maybe about time.
Yeah.
Maybe about time.
But it's interesting. But I'm glad that there are new names, there are new people. Maybe they're bringing fresh ideas and all of that. And let's see how it pans out.
Let's talk through it again. The cleared candidates for the 2018 NFF elections. These guys have been cleared by the Electoral Committee for President Amaju Pinnick. Aminu Megari is coming back. Taiwo Ogunjobi, also a strong name in Nigerian football, and Chinedu Okoye. Those guys have said they want to be president of the NFF, and we're reaching out to them. Maybe they need to sit down. We should have our own debates, guys.
We need to have a proper debate.
We have a debate. Let them tell us their plans for Nigerian football, so that whoever comes in, we'll keep playing that show for that person. Look, this is what you said. We're hoping that you keep to it.
You know, and there's something that's never really happened in recent times in the history of Nigerian football. We've not really had a re-election of sorts. We've not had a chairman return like that, back to back, you get. But now,
for a while now.
Yes, that's why I said for a while. So, but now, there's a Megari who had lost out a few years ago. He's trying to come back. Now, there's a Pinnick that's trying to go back to back. So, history will be made one way or the other, because even Taiwo Ogunjobi himself, you know, he's been in the board, he's been there, he's been running things, he's the chairman of the FA, he's a strong person when it comes to Nigerian football. The only outsider here, in quote, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, is Chinedu Okoye. And I'm happy that Chinedu Okoye has thrown his heart into the fray. So it's basically going to be history being made regardless of who wins out of this war.
But sometimes it throws up the question. Is the field that open for outsiders to come in?
It's not open enough. Me and you know, and Austin knows.
Austin doesn't know. Austin is the biggest competition.
That's why I'm just asking the question.
All right.
Is it field open enough for you to say, okay, you want to aspire? How come we didn't have? We've seen what the likes of Hagi is doing for administration of some ex-players elsewhere is doing for the Michel Platinis of this world. How come it's difficult?
There's a problem. There's a problem with your line of reasoning, my brother. Because let's be fair, the fact that you play football does not mean you're going to.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm trying to respond to what you say. Right? Okay. It does not mean you're going to be a good football administrator. It does not mean anything. yes, we have had several people who have played football, but they're not good coaches or administrators. And we have people who never play football who have turned up to be great administrators and coaches.
The question is, for those of us, for those that are running the sport now, how many of them are great administrators as you want us to believe they are?
Of these 4, Taiwo Ogunjobi has done very well when it comes to sports administration.
Okay. I agree.
Aminu Megeri has done very well when it comes to sports administration. Amaju Pinnick has done very well when it comes to sports administration.
Chinedu
Okoye is the only outsider, but does not mean that Chinedu Okoye is not good, because he's bringing that element of surprise.
Let me go back to Alfred. I like what you're trying to bring into the discussion. And we know with elections, the state FA chairman are the rulers. So when you look at this list...
And the secretaries.
And the secretaries, but the state FA chairman.
The chairman. The chairman.
So those guys, most of them have worked with Amaju Pinnick. They also know Aminu Megari. They know Taiwo Ogunjobi. So it's going to be very, very interesting. What will be the underlying factor for whoever is emerging president?
But I think the politics of getting to the board in 2018 has started like 3-4 years ago. It started way back. I mean, what it means is, I know that the status of the Nigerian Football Federation have written over the years. We had time was when we had over 130 members of Congress. The clubs are members of the Congress of Nigeria. The media. We had so many interest groups. But it's been whittled down, shrunk to 44 members of the Congress deciding. Now, what it means is that it's easier to manage. That in politics, we are struggling with direct primaries and
consensus
candidates. It means that once you know a Congress of 40, it's easier to manage. Hey, campaign process is okay. The moment you meet and you know the number, the threshold is simple majority. The threshold is simple majority. By the time you know and you are sure that you have like 25 members on your side, you're going to get that position.
But you know the scary thing, and we must not shy away from speaking the truth, is that the fact that you have 44 people who will be at the elective Congress does not mean that any of these people is guaranteed a return or a position. Nobody knows. There's a lot of horse trading going on.
No. Nobody knows how it happens with every election. So for instance, let's just talk about Chinedu Okoye, that a lot of persons who struggle with his name.
Chinedu has done his own work.
Exactly. So I'm saying, at what point are those FA chairman going to reason?
Don't
say.
Is it Chinedu Okoye has done which own work?
No.
For which election?
Because I know this is what ex-internationals. When you tell someone like Kanu Nwankwo come into Nigerian football and be NFF president, then because he understands that it's a lot.
I need to clarify. You can't get there.
I need to clarify.
The way it is structured, you can't get there.
I did not say that he has done. Okay. I said he might have done his
own work.
For him,
presently his club
this far, and for him to be cleared.
Yeah.
I'm glad, because the field has been too narrowed. It's been narrowed to a point where it's looking difficult.
For me, this clearance is academic. You know why? His club presently, Bimo FC, did not honor their game last Wednesday.
And they said because what happened?
They said because what happened over the years. The club has just 2 points in the ongoing league after 9 matches. 2 points.
So how does that?
No, what I'm saying is, if you have a petition, and they raised the issue of, we wrote a petition against, that has to do with match fixing, something as serious as that. Nobody has talked about it. But the issue of our coach, because he had to... Salisu, the announcing came from outside. It's been dealt with decisively.
Decisively? Did you say decisively?
I mean, he's been given a ban. It was dealt with now.
Yeah. We can't say it was decisively.
But something came out.
Something happened.
And we needed, and that needed to happen because...
For everybody to relax.
Let's move on. Okay.
Let's go.
But it's okay. We're glad that we're making progress. The candidates have been cleared. You know their names now. I'm sure some persons are like, okay, let's just wait and see who will become the NFF president. Football fans in Nigeria, come on. The messages I'm getting, people are asking about names that are not here, and you're bringing them up. It's a fresh beginning, new beginning for Nigerian football, and it starts with this election. So let this election comes, no problem. We get a president, and then we start monitoring Nigerian football. We're doing all we can to see if we can get some of those guys come sit down, talk to you. We know their plans for Nigerian football, and then we'll move forward from there. Let's get on with the CAF Confederation Cup. You know, the quarterfinal fixtures. We're getting ready for it. Alfred, I'll go back to you. Emba, we talked Riot Sports into that group because we're sure of whether they will use the old style or do a draw. But in the end, it's Emba and Riot Sports.
The team left today. Riot Sports are relatively new on the continent. They've played previously against the Nigerian team, against Rivers United, and they had the battle of Rivers United. So it's something that will really leave Eyimba worried because the advantage is that they're playing the first leg away. And you know, in Africa, the moment, for example, this evening, Al Ali played Horoya of Guinea in the playoffs of the CAF Champions. It ended goalless. It then means that, hey, you come to Cairo, I will teach you some footballing lessons. So Eyimba should just try and hold that. If they can replicate the result they got the last time when they traveled, when they played in Mali, if they can replicate that result, it will be fantastic for them. They have a new ground, new stadium. Even when it seemed difficult against Kara, they got the result they needed, which was a home win. And so this time around, I think they are in better stead this time around mentally to prosecute this match. The league might not have been on, might not have been playing, but I think this Eyimba team has enough experience to navigate. Kara, this is not Al Ali, this is not El Merreikh, this is not Etoile du Sahel. This is Rayon Sport of Rwanda. You have to do the business. So
let's just run through the quarterfinal fixtures. We've just told you that Eyimba, they're out of the country to go and play Rayon Sports of Rwanda, Kara Brazzaville. They were here the last time. Eyimba had to wait till the final, almost the start of the final, was to beat them by a single goal. They will take on Raja Club Athletics, or El Masri of Egypt to play USM Orange. I love that. I just said, thank goodness we didn't get to meet USM Orange now. AS Vita Club of Congo DR will take on RS Bakane. Look, whenever you look, as Shola, the way you look at this team, not team is small in African football. No way. Somebody would say, oh, El Masri. No. El Masri has a lot of experience also.
Yes,
and as you look at this,
ask Ifeanyi about
Raja. You know, so Eyimba, we need a lot of experience with this one, particularly that you are starting away from home. Where is Mfonudo? That's what everybody's asking. Your charismatic captain, we read their statement that he's been suspended indefinitely. The statement didn't say what he did, but this is surely not good when you're playing this sort of match.
You know, a few days ago, Mfonudo was being celebrated. Oh, he's going to play for the Super Eagles. They're going to play a friendly game in Liberia, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly, everything goes from 100 to 0. Now, there's this controversy about his presence or absence, as the case may be. I'm afraid for this team because Mfonudo is an integral part of the team. He's been
almost 100% against Kara.
You know, so I don't know what's going on, and I hope it doesn't affect the team. I really hope, because now they are away.
The story is that for Mfonudo, the league has ended officially after March 24.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, I have a contract with you, 5 years in the club. My contract has run out.
Okay.
I'm no longer your player.
I'm no longer your player. That's the story. And the club was like went into defensive mode. In this climb, we are not used to saying, okay, this is the contract. This is the term for a player's contract. Sometimes the managers want us to believe that because a player is signed on to you, he's there in perpetuity, and he keeps playing and it's your property. Even without contract stating.
So that's why we want Mfonudo to come out and then tell us what's really going on. But hey, we're Nigerians and Eyimba is a club in Nigeria, so we want to wish them all the best in Rwanda. Let's go on this final break. When we come back, we'll find out what you are talking about and then we'll wrap up the show. But don't go anywhere. Stay.